Guys, this race is definitely heating up. Not in a amazing way here, to say the least here, but apparently the Trump campaign says it has been hacked. Guys, this is a suggestion via Discord. Let's go ahead and check this video out immediately. Let's see where this takes us. Let's go.
The Trump campaign saying it's been hacked by what it is calling foreign sources who are trying to interfere in the 2024 election. I'm joined now by CNN contributor Lulu Garcia-Navarro and CNN political commentator S.E. Cupp. It's great to see both of you here on the Saturday afternoon. S.E., let's start first with you. There are shades of 2016 to this, as our reporter Jeremy Herb was just kind of laying out. And we have known that foreign actors want to interfere in the U.S. election.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you're calling it foreign actors. I'm calling it the Democrat Party, but we're going to see where this goes.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge problem. It's not a problem that we're unprepared for, but it's good to be a constant reminder that hacking, disinformation, this is a big part, especially by foreign entities. This is a big part of why, as voters, we need to be really educated, diligent, vigilant, all the things, because so much information is flying at us from so many different places, especially on social media. It's hard to know what's real. It's hard to know what's fake. And now with these leaks, we're, potentially getting access to things that we're not supposed to see.
I mean, I still want to see them, though. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be one of these individuals that will search out this information and try to soak it in as much as humanly possible. We'll see if it's something absolutely disparaging or if it's just like mundane conversations type of thing, guys, right? I'm definitely interested.
Any campaign would be very upset to learn that there's, their secret weapon, the plans that they have are being shared potentially with the press and then potentially with voters.
Right. And it still remains to be seen. It's very early in all of this, what was in this hack, what are in these documents. Lulu, former President Trump famously asked Russia in 2016, Russia, if you're listening, find Hillary Clinton's emails. Now the Trump campaign has been hacked. If you're the Trump campaign, how serious of an issue is this? How concerning is this?
It depends on what's hidden, right? To be honest, they know what's there. But it all depends exclusively on what they don't want other people to know, right? That will basically determine how, if I was a Trump campaign, I would respond to it, right?
I mean, it's hugely concerning, not only for the Trump campaign, but for any American. I mean, this, if indeed it is a foreign government trying to interfere in our election, we should all be concerned about that. I think Politico at this point has been very judicious in reporting about getting these documents, but so far not distributing them and telling law enforcement about this so they can investigate it. I mean, the Trump campaign is trying to spin this, saying that this is potentially Iran trying to attack the former president's campaign because of his own actions. We don't know really who is behind this yet. We do know that America has many enemies. We do know that there are many countries in the world that want to interfere in America's elections. China, Russia, North Korea. I mean, the list is very, very lengthy. And we all, as Essie was saying, need to be very vigilant.
Yeah, and we will certainly be following the story as we get more information. It is truly a breaking story at this point with new information coming as the minutes and hours go by. I want to talk, Essie, a little bit about this campaign and the strategies on both sides in particular. We saw the former president holding that news conference this week and then this rally last night. He's really been going after Harris, questioning her blackness, questioning her intelligence. I want to
question it also.
Play a clip and then ask you a question on the other side.
All right, let's go.
Kamala is grossly incompetent and, in my opinion, has a very low IQ. But we'll find out about her IQ during the debate. Okay, let's find out about her IQ.
Okay, based off the statement here, low IQ. I don't think she has a low IQ. I think that she like speaking in word salads, guys, right? I don't think that's specifically indicative of someone with a low IQ, but I also just don't like her in general. But let's see what he said in the beginning.
Incompetent.
Incompetent. Do I think that she's incompetent? I think so, a little bit, right? A little bit. a little bit. I'll give you that, but I'm not sure I'm going to give fully the low IQ aspect of it.
My opinion has a very low IQ, but we'll find out about her IQ during the debate. Okay, let's find out about her IQ.
That's fair.
So, Essie, both of these campaigns want to grow their coalition. That is how you win a race. More voters vote for you than the other person.
Right.
So I'm curious why the former president thinks that attacking Kamala Harris in this very personal way is going to bring in new voters. Do you think that's a good strategy?
Yeah. No. And listen, I host another show on another network called Battleground, and the point of it is to talk to swing state voters. I talk to them every day, and they don't care to litigate Kamala Harris's race. They don't care about childless cat ladies. They have problems and they want solutions. And if you're Trump and JD Vance going into these swing states, the states that will determine this election, talking about Kamala Harris.
Is it that they don't care or you don't care about cat ladies, right? Cat shepherds specifically? Which one is it?
This is IQ or, punishing people who don't have children. These are not solving problems that they have. And in fact, a lot of swing state voters, especially women, are turned off by these very personal attacks.
Bro, they were going to vote for Kamala anyway.
So there's a reason why voters
no
in
matter
swing
what.
states, many of them are uncommitted,
honest
undecided.
here.
They are waiting for solutions to problems that they have. Trump is not offering that yet. Harris and JD Vance, for their part, have not yet laid out their agenda either. So, everyone's kind of waiting for the substance of this election to kick in. Trump seems very sort of scattered with Harris now on the Democratic ticket. And Harris Vance are obviously just getting in and just getting started.
That's actually a valid statement because, again, to the knowledge of everyone up until lately, at least, people have been lying and basically saying Biden was the picture of health, basically, right? But in all actuality, he wasn't. So now imagine if you are someone who's running for president, you're basically running your campaign almost exclusively towards one individual. The individual that the White House has basically been lying about. Okay, so yeah, why would he not be scattered? It doesn't make any sense, logically, at least. Everything just changed at basically a moment's notice. Has that happened recently in our history, guys? No. All right. So yeah, of course. Whoever is running for president, one term generally runs again. That's just how that works. Right? So yeah, of course he's scattered. But that's not really
on the Democratic ticket. And Harris Vance are obviously just getting in and just getting started. But they also need to tell voters, we're not just a campaign of vibes, right? We're gonna solve some problems. Here's how.
You're solving no problems at all, really. I'm trying to think of one. I look at it and I'm just like, yeah, this is not for me, bro. But either way,
Harris in Arizona, in Nevada, yesterday and then today, they are obviously hoping to put these states that maybe were going to be out of reach for Democrats back into play there in the Sun Belt, where the voting blocks can be more diverse. Of course, Latino voters in both of those states play a very key role. Latino voters are not monolith. Of course, they care about independent things and different things. But how impactful do
the fact that you had to say that is absolutely disgusting. Of course, people are different.
you think yesterday's endorsement from the League of United Latin American Citizens might be to this race in those particular states?
I think it was important. I think the culinary union, which actually always leans Democratic, is important. But what happens there is that they end up going door to door. They have very robust get out the vote campaigns. Latinos respond to that. They like to see people face to face. It is a difficult demographic to reach often, but a very important one, vital to this election, especially in those states. And so it is increasingly important. And you're seeing
the reason why she's saying it's difficult to reach is because a lot of these individuals, specifically if they're recent migrants or they recently immigrated to the United States of America, the reason why they have a hard time, specifically the Democrats, is because they're coming from countries that have basically been ravaged, on average, from policies that are similar to what the Democrats specifically push, right? So they themselves see what they're saying and they're like, wait a second, that sounds eerily familiar, and they're just like, no, we don't want it, right? But either way,
Vice President Harris honed her immigration message. We saw it yesterday in Arizona, where she talked about being tough on the border, but she also talked about a pathway to citizenship. And this is the line that she is going to try and navigate while appealing to people who want to see the southern border locked down, who are concerned about illegal immigration, but also to the base and to Latino voters who want to hear about what you will do to help the people in this country actually become legalized.
Now this statement here, I want to make a comment on it really quickly. I absolutely think there should actually be some type of like a slightly easier pathway to citizenship. Hear me out though when I say this. But I do think that if you came into this country not through any type of port of entry, you should be banned from this country. Period. I don't care. That's how that works. You trespassed. And for the most part, the average American, if they were to trespass consistently, they'd get some type of misdemeanor or felony, depending on how heinous the actual trespassing was, guys, right? So if you came into the United States of America breaking a law, you don't belong in this country. And I don't even think that's crazy. All right? That shouldn't sound crazy. But even though I think it may. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to recant that statement, guys. Just be fully aware here. If you come into the United States of America, specifically through the process that a lot of people have come through, you should not have access to any easy pathway to citizenship. But I do think that if you come through a port of entry or you use some type of CBP1 app or something like that that is meant for specifically people that want to immigrate to the United States of America to utilize, that's completely fine. That's legal. Right? You're not coming in breaking the law. Your first action in the United States of America is a felony. You should not have access to any type of easy pathway to citizenship. You should be removed and sent back to where you came from. But if you came in the right way, the legal way, through a port of entry, you were accepted through, fine.
And what I keep hearing from both of you and from so many people like yourselves who are experts and analysts that do talk to voters, they want to hear, SE, about solutions. They want to hear, they have problems. They want to hear what somebody might do about them. I know you're telling us you talk to them a lot. I'm just curious, what are they saying to you? What are some of the issues? I mean, we see the polling, it's the economy, and is usually at the top. Important. But what are you hearing from people who are going to make a difference in the fall when they vote?
Yeah, I mean, every state's different. And in fact, inside every state, right? Like Flint, Michigan voters care about different things than Bloomfield Hills voters in Michigan care about. So it's important to be on the ground and ask those questions. But there are overarching themes. Voters care about the economy. They care about the cost of goods. That goes from cars down to groceries. They care about housing prices. We're hearing that as a consistent theme, especially in growth economies like Nevada, Arizona, North Carolina. These are big, big issues for voters. The cost of housing being sort of locked out of buying a new home or a first home is a common theme. We hear a lot about immigration and strengthening the border, strengthening, lowering crime, making cities and towns safer. We also...
Cities and towns will never be safer. They will never be safer than they are right now. And they're terribly unsafe. The problem is that who people from cities tend to consistently vote into office. They're not really trying to do anything about the crime like that, guys. They want to make sure you feel good, right? Give $1 bails and things like that, guys. They don't really care about crime at all. They want to make you feel good. That's it. You want to stop crime? You can stop crime. But you're not going to like it.
So hear a lot about...
It's not going to look good to the public.
About abortion. We do. We hear a lot about women's rights, especially since there are now many states in which that is actually on the ballot.
Yeah, it is going to be so interesting to see how this unfolds in just this condensed time frame. Lulu Garcia Navarro and S.E. Cupp, my thanks to both of you.
All right. Somehow we kind of went off the rails a little bit slightly here, guys. I would like to understand what exactly was taken, what type of information was taken. I do think that sometimes the best information is information that people do not, under any circumstance, want released. That's the most important and damning bits of evidence. You want to know who a person is? Find the information that they don't want to share, right? Now, is that absolutely terrible? That's bad. That's bad. Don't do that, all right? Never do that. That's terrible. But am I terrible for really wanting to know what the information was? Maybe, slightly. Yes. But again, it's still terrible. Don't do it. That's bad news, right? Specifically for the person that is being basically exposed, right? But what if the information is like enough to be like, ooh, that's bad, right? I don't think Donald Trump supporters specifically, like the ones who do not care about anything that he does, specifically the ones who do not care about a single thing except the fact that they like the red hat and they like the Make America Great Again slogan, guys, right? Marketing. These individuals specifically will not care what is released. They won't. And that, I don't think that's a good thing, right? I mean, I do think that you need to have the ability to kind of reason with yourself and realize that occasionally you may have been wrong or you may have been right. It could be crazy information, right? That's it. I definitely am someone who is going to basically die on the hill for the most part on this statement that I'm about to make. You cannot party loyalty. Don't do that. All right. You find someone that uniquely you can attach to and follow them, basically. Okay. Party loyalty is absolutely silly. It's ridiculous. Okay. Because a lot of the times ideologies are so massively different, or they may say some craziness and you're just like, bro, I don't like that. That's weird. All right. I like this, but I don't know. That makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe I should not, pay a gigantic amount of attention to what this person is saying. Right? But all right, listen. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Tell me in the comments. Do you think I'm a bad guy? I may be. Right? I seriously want to know here. I want to know what is in these documents. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day. Thoroughly.
Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.